I imagine when I came to Britain about 40 years or so ago as a child, what we ate was whatever was in season. But today, those winter staples like cabbages and cauliflower, well, they've gone right out of fashion. Try serving some of this to your kids. Today, it's all courgettes and, of course, French beans, and we want it all year round.
I travelled to Kenya, which provided us with £115 million worth of fruit and veg last year. It's still exporting food to us, even though it's currently in the middle of a food crisis, partly caused by drought, which many attribute to climate change.
The food shortage here in Kenya has got so bad that the government has declared a national disaster. But that hasn't stopped the country from exporting food. I'm going to meet a farmer who supplies some of Britain's major supermarkets.
Less than a fifth of Kenya's land is suitable for farming. I'm heading up into one of the most fertile parts of the country, which, even in this time of need, is being used to feed us rather than Kenyans. It's kept green through expensive irrigation, which is watering our vegetables. Michael Cunnington, who's British, runs a large farm employing 550 people.
French beans, garden peas, what else?
Behind that we've got baby corn, which again is off to UK. We also grow chilies, we grow green and red chilies. We grow broccoli and we grow courgettes, baby courgettes. And these are all for the European market.
All I can say is, I mean, I eat all those things. I've probably got a bit of Kenyan in me, actually.
Well, I think a lot of people have. I mean, this is where they come from.
Yeah.
365 days of the year you can find them on the shelves.
The crops being picked today can be flown out and on our supermarket shelves within 36 hours. But not all of it makes it onto the plains. Some consignments are rejected. In the week we were there, 1/2 ton of these beans were returned by the exporters because they were soiled. It ended up as cattle feed.
Yeah, it tastes all right.
It's a bean. It's a bean.
You can imagine it. Imagine it in a salad tonight.
Yeah. But the problem is, it's not perfect.
Not good enough for the great British shopper.
There's nothing wrong with them. There's a bit of a scar. There's a bit of a bend. There's a bit of whatever. There is nothing wrong. There is no chemical residue. There is no pollutant of any type on them. They're perfectly good beans. Big problem. Where are we standing? We're stood in a field full of soil. And when it rains, it splashes the beans.
Yeah.
When you get dirt on the beans, if you can rub it off gently like that, you're fine. But if we can't wash it off, we can't sell it. So, it depends. I mean, if we get a really bad day when it's rained a lot, we can't pick, or we have to throw everything away.
Because it's got soil on it.
Oh, yeah.
A plant has got soil on it. Oh,
yeah,
my God.
Now we're getting higher rejections. The market is demanding a better quality, a much better quality bean. So our rejections maybe have gone from 10% to 25% at times.
These farm workers and their families are the lucky ones. They've got enough to eat while millions of others go hungry each day. It seemed perverse to me that so much time and effort were going into feeding us rather than crops for the Kenyan market.
There is another way, isn't there? You could just forget about these exports. You could say, I'm going to feed Kenyans.
We're creating jobs. We're adding to this country's economy. What else are we going to do in Kenya? At the moment, we don't have industry. 80% plus of the population is employed in agriculture. So we have to use the resources, whether it's soil, water, the climate, the people, whatever, to produce crops. If we didn't do that, the people will go hungrier than maybe they are at the moment.
The brutal truth is that most Kenyans couldn't afford the food from these commercial farms. And producing food for us here is using up large amounts of Kenya's scarce resources, particularly its water. But if water is in short supply, so is money. The economic benefits of exports are important. Horticulture is Kenya's second biggest export earner. And it's not just Kenya. Across Africa, 1.5 million jobs depend on supplying the UK with agricultural produce.
I know it seems like madness to be growing French beans and exporting them to Brits back home when Kenyans are going hungry, but you've got to look at it from these workers' points of view. For them, these jobs are precious, and the last thing they want is to lose them. I wish these things were clear-cut, but they're not.